Hi, I'm Kate Miller with Sweet Selah Ministries, and this is Tuesday Talks. I'm so glad you've joined us. We take a few minutes and we talk about the Bible. We talk about God, Jesus, and His Holy Spirit. So I'd love for you to join us. If you can comment or let us know that you like us, that helps more people see what we're going to be talking about. So let's get started. Here we are with May, third week. Isn't it great? I love it. I love May. Because with May comes June, my birthday month, July, August, love it. Let's just stay there. Let's just get to the beach. But anyway, right now, let's be gentle. That's our word for May. Our Bible verse is Matthew 11:28 through 30. And I want to start, though, today with Psalm 91, because we were talking about gentleness. And I love this. Have you read Psalm 91, especially in the beginning? He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. Here it is. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and your rampart. I need to mark that. He will cover you with His feathers. That is gentle. That's not a heavy blanket, but His feathers. And those feathers, you know those down feathers, like when down first came in existence, they were the warmest, and still are, the warmest coats, the softest pillow, the most comfortable quilt that you put over your bed. It's just those feathers. He will cover you with His feathers. Remember that illustration about the hen, and my friend picked up the hen and there were no little chicks underneath her, and she was worried and she thought, where are they? And she felt the hen was rather plump, and then all the little chicks were tucked up under the hen's wings. And that's God. He tucks us under His wings and He covers us with His feathers. That's gentle. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be my shield and my rampart. Remember this as we're going through life. God is faithful, and that's one of the fruit of the Spirit's faithfulness, and we will talk about that later. Shouldn't I? Here's the thing. So God is that for me. Shouldn't I be that for others? That's very interesting. I'm expecting all of this from God, and He does give it to me. Now I need to be that conduit to give to others. He enables me to be gentle in situations that are difficult with people who may be difficult or not. Let your gentleness be evident to all. That was in our joy verse. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I say rejoice. That was the Philippians. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. So, here's a thought. Remember, God is the Creator who made us and knows us so well. He is gentle, and when He disciplines us, He is gentle. But He disciplines us with a purpose, doesn't He? For our good. But I do want to talk to you about being that conduit, that wonderful, gentle person. So there are two women that I in my treatment, we share together. We see each other, and you get to talking, and you ask how you are. Well, the long story short, in the 2 short weeks that I've been there, 5 days a week at 8:15 in the morning, I've met my friend Cheryl and I've met my friend Sue. And we have formed like a sisterhood, which I didn't ask for. I didn't want to be there. If you said, Kate, do you want to have cancer and go meet no, and they wouldn't either. But all of a sudden, we find ourselves being gentle with one another, asking about our stories. And it's almost as if I felt like, in a way, okay, don't think I'm weird, but maybe there was this nice little nest with God's feathers. And not that I've shared God or Jesus, but I have in my person and the things that I've said. I'll pray for you, Cheryl. I'll pray for you, Sue, and I have. But the interesting thing is Cheryl graduated, and that means that she's finished her treatment. And she gave me this cross, And this cross is bits and pieces of things, slightly shattered, kind of maybe burned into shape. They're glass, all rough, but burned into the shape of a cross. And what better illustration that I'm shattered, you know, and Jesus was shattered, but he remained whole when he rose again from the dead. And I just look at this, and this is a symbol of hope for all of us who are going through trials and tribulations, especially those of us that have cancer. It was a beautiful, and it still is a beautiful time of getting to know these women and their stories. And I just think, Lord, let that gentleness that you have given me, let it transform me into a gentle spirit. Had a little tough time today. It was really tough. And I was pretty angry because I was pretty upset, I should say. But I was a little angry because I was put off. And any time that when you're put off from your treatment, because I had protocols, it was really getting tense. And I remember saying, I'm really upset. I don't want to be upset. Can we get this done? And after the whole procedure was done, I went back to the nurse and I said, you are so kind. Thank you. And I hope you understand where I was coming from, which certainly she did. But the neat thing was, I felt like I wanted to go back to her and say, thank you for your gentleness, because your gentleness made me calm down and be gentle. So it's sort of catching. I think that's what I want to say. It's sort of catching. So letting that whole fruit of the Spirit, because we are Christ, love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. That's very interesting. Self-control or self-discipline. Let that reside in my heart because the Holy Spirit's in my heart. So that's gentleness. May is my gentle month. Be gentle to yourselves. I'm talking to myself. Don't expect so much in such little time. Give yourself, well, a friend of mine used to say, give yourself grace. And I'm learning to give myself grace. I thought I knew it all, right? I thought I got all this down. You're learning every day. And let me tell you, that memorization, let me know how it's going for you when you comment. Let me know that you're really taking these verses and you're chewing them up. That's our spiritual food. We have to eat to be nourished physically. Our spiritual food nourishes us spiritually, because quite honestly, I can't go on without it. If there was one book on a deserted island, yes, it would be this book. It would be this book. And I would ask God, because sometimes it can be a little dry if I'm going through a dry season. Lord, fill my spirit with excitement. I want to have the joy of the Lord in my heart when I read your word, because I want to know, I want to understand. So join me next week. I'll have my partner in crime with me, and we're going to be discussing this verse a little bit more. Come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. See you next week.